Sridhar Kerimene Hegde. Please welcome him. He is a Yakshagana artist and going to give us a very different perspective from what is our reality of dance during the pandemic.
Namaste to one and all. Pranams to all the great people here and online. I am honored, humbled, and excited to be on this dais. So, I would like to start with a verse. ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ನೊರೆ ಹಾಲು ತುಪ್ಪ ಕಜ್ಜಾಯವ ಬಕ್ಕೆ ಹಲಸು ಮಾವು ಕದಳಿ ಫಲ ಒಳ್ಳಿತದವಳು ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ ಕಡಲೆಯು ಎಳ್ಳು ಹೋಳಿಗೆ ಕಬ್ಬು ಮೆಲುವವಗೆ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿಯ ಉಲಿಗಜ್ಜೆಗಳ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಕುಣಿವ ಡೊಳ್ಳಿನ ಗಣಪಗ ಆರತಿ ಎತ್ತಿರೆ. So, this is a verse that was written by an unknown poet in rural coastal Karnataka hundreds and hundreds years back, which we sing even today when we start a performance. It basically lists out a certain aspects or things, which is like things that are directly taken from nature. For example, jackfruit, sugarcane, banana, nuts, and also things that are made by us as humans. The ghee, butter, and all the things that Ganesha eats, which are made. So, and says that the Ganapati who takes all these things and dance with the silver gejje, I bow down to him. So, when actually today when I was listening to Ricky Cage, I was seeing the elephant and what it eats, and these are the things that an elephant eats, and there are also things that humans eat. And they are on the same list. And we have Ganesha, who is an amalgamation of animal and human motives to which we bow down. So it's a very, I am opening it with this opening because Yakshagana is an art form from coastal Karnataka, as you have seen all the visuals. So it has evolved with nature and natural cycles all this while it has been. And the Bayalata, the word for Yakshagana play, that means open air play. So it is both in terms of physicality, where it is done on rice fields in the open. Also, it is a play which was open to everyone in the society. Like, I come from a dancer's family who have been doing dance of Yakshagana as a lineage. So just like that, we have instrument makers family. We have artisans and ornament makers family. And Yakshagana, and also we have agrarian community doing different parts of Yakshagana and being in. So Mela, or a performance, is when all these community come together and come together in a rice or a millet field just after the harvest has been done, and it is open for all these activities. So with the very nature of the surroundings, it is governed by natural phenomenon and cycle, and it would continue for the whole night, actually transforming the space and time of where the mob would live, going back, or also talking about today's ideas of politics, of society, of discrimination and everything as characters. Because in Yakshagana there are no written dialogues. There is no rule that you have to actually do these things if this music is played. So dance, expression, and the talk, even the lines that you yourself draw as an artist on your face, in itself has a dimension of extemporaneous into it, which brings the character of the person who is doing it. And there comes the contemporaneous of Yakshagana. And Yakshagana is not just a storytelling art form. I would say it is a story retelling art form. So we have been telling stories for quite a while. So why it is new, why people are watching it? It's because it is what Sridhar, who comes out as a Krishna, brings out to the stage. So at this setup, so Yakshagana has different wings. So one is this performative dance drama type, and then we have two other. One is puppetry, and another is an interesting sub-art form called Talamadale. Can I have the image of the Talamadale? Yeah. So there is a reason why I am talking about this sub-art form. So this is Yakshagana performance without makeup, dance. It's just with people being as characters and talking to each other extempore. So this came out of a necessity. So coastal and western Ghats receive a heavy rainfall. And it is such a heavy rainfall that it is almost like a lockdown. You can't go out and perform. So all you can do is just gather in your neighborhood and do something. So I was thinking that we were actually vaccinated for this situation traditionally. So in that setup came out this sub-art form called Talamadale, where they would just come together and discuss. There is one more image of the same. So you can see these speakers talking, and there will be songs of Yakshagana. So, and what are the other things that people did at the time of rainy season, which was a dummy lockdown for all these years? We would actually repair our ornaments, do crafts, and all the maintenance that we need, and also rethink our stories again and again, go back to it. How are we going to present this again in the next tour, which is called as Tirugata, around the villages? So there has been this, point of shifting to other realms of creativity when there are natural restrictions. So this made me think that, whatever situations that we might come across in society, if you look back to nature, you have either an essence or an example or a full-fledged issue of that sort with which people at different parts of the world have been living with and going ahead. So I just wanted to share these stories. So upskilling and all these things. And actually, at the start of the pandemic, there was some fear, which was mainly generated by media and other, media houses and social this thing. But slowly, people around that region got, felt that it's just a rainy season went along for a quite long time. So, of course, there was financial shortage, but they were all sort of looking into other arenas. So, for example, this is all the students and learners coming together. This is a very recent photo to learn and improvise makeup. And also it was not that hard for people to come together in villages because these villages were locked down from the outside. So we were sort of insulated, and there was no such pressure, the space, physical pressure as you would expect in an urban, because everyone is living in a farmhouse. They would go around and they were coming together. And so these are the two prasangas, which was, prasanga means Yakshagana story in a poet format, which we sing and dance. It was written by our Bhagavata, the singer. He never wrote, he used to sing. But now he thought, why not I create the prasangas that I sing with a new perspective. Yeah, this one. And the next image, yeah. So this is how people gathered. So all the auditoriums or performing venues were closed, and so we just came together for all the occasions in an open air like this. This is just a place where two roads, two mud road meet. And the next image was, yeah. So like that. So this is how we sort of gelled through this situation. So, and these are all the, one more thing that I remember is that, what this situation has brought to us, as Anita Didi was rightly mentioning, as you go just out of Bangalore or any urban area, there is a serious issue of connectivity, and we couldn't actually perform and do online and live, and all those things were not at all possible. And when so I came to Bangalore to do master's in bachelor's in science, and also work with Natya Institute. But there was one more main reason why I came to Bangalore. I could have done that in my village also, the exposure. So I would get to see different dance styles and great dancers only if I was in a city. If I was in my native place, I think the art form that I would, or anyone would be exposed to would be Yakshagana, or maybe local kids doing Bharatanatyam. That's it. And my people never knew there existed a form called Chavu. There existed a form called Odissi. And they just heard stories about great people doing great things as artists and other, but never saw. They had to travel to. So I came. But this, very interestingly, so in the pandemic, because of the online things going online, though they could actually not see it in full HD or anything, there was a democratization of events. So I could, as a rural person with a fair bit of connectivity, live streaming and uploading takes a lot of bandwidth, but just watching some videos on YouTube and all those things were all possible because people were putting out events. Even the social events, which I always felt like, I should be part of, gathering of, different kinds of people in city and talk to them, and all these things were possible. So the rural area had both these worlds. So they had their own people coming together after, their treacherous, even in rural it was getting very busy. So that, and also this opening up of different, all over events that are available for them. So, and I talked about Talamadala, and I told I will mention one more point. Performing online is a difficult thing with the bandwidth, but Talamadala isn't, interestingly, because it's just voice going. And at the same time, we had this advent of Clubhouse. So, very interestingly, there are Clubhouse Talamadales happening every day, almost. You can just go to any Kannada group in Clubhouse or just search Talamadale in Clubhouse. You will find many, and this is Krishna in Keremane and Duryodhana in Atlanta. Kannadigas from all over, they were coming together, and this allowed for such an improvisation. So he would talk as a US person doing this guy from rural. So characters were, different variations of all these things. It allowed, this situation allowed us for all these things. Yeah. So that was mainly what I wanted to share, all these stories. And I also did a lot of things that I never explored, like agriculture and growing plants, and upskilling myself with instruments and other things. So this is how the coastal scenario of Yakshagana, and the same goes with folk artists. And this is how we actually danced the waves. Thank you. I'm going to end with our Yakshagana Mangalapadya, which again talks about nature and and art. Thank you.
काले वर्षतो पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहिता सज्जना सन्तु निर्भया सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्